Yeah, the revolution, y'all.
Yeah,
Yep, the revolution.
the revolution, y'all.
Hello all, and welcome to another Panama Crosstalk, where everything Panama is discussed. So, I'd like to welcome you all, and I'd like to also give you guys a big thank you for all the new subscribers. And we do talk about everything Panama, from food and culture to living to travel to, if you have a special topic that you want to talk about, drop it down in the comment section and we can cover it. Give some topics. We want to also make sure you guys are doing well if you're living here in Panama, to take care of your mental health. So without further ado, I'd like to welcome our guest today, Mr. Jeffrey Carter from D23. He is on the line and ready to pop another knowledge drop on us. So welcome, JC. What's happening, brother?
Everything's always happening in Panama, especially when I'm involved. So I kind of like that. Every day is a new day. Every day has new challenges, new hurdles. And I'm sure we're going to talk about some of the ones we haven't had a chance to talk about, because every day is a new day, and that's a new challenge and a new view, and how we need to make a mind shift and what we're coming to Panama to do. And then, because we'll end up doing something different than what we had planned to do. Some of us will, others won't.
Copy that. So without further ado, on just the whole migration that has taken place and all the visitors that are coming down and people wanting to know more about, why Panama, what made you make the choice? How's life down here? What do they use for currency? Yada, 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 and so on. People just have to come down and see for themselves, to see how the culture is inviting, and more laid back, a slower pace of life, but still having all the qualities of home. So, what do you tell people when they ask you, what made you choose Panama?
I tell them that I've lived in and worked in several different continents, and that allowed me to decompress, to renew my mind and how I was thinking about, why the United States and why not these other countries. So that was important to me. And then when I started to experience all the good things and how people treated me and how they identified me in other countries, they never identified me as the United States identified me on my IDs and things like that. And they really considered me as their family from America. And I mean, when I'm in India, when I'm in, not China so much, but they treated me well there, especially when I'm in Africa, on the different countries there. And then when I'm in the Middle East, it was just a total different vibe, meaning that when they asked, what nationality are you? It says United States of America. It gives the country that actually you're attached to, born and raised. They use that country as a whole to identify your nationality, not as a color, not as a so-called name that they give the people of color. But that's a good feeling coming from where we are coming from, born and raised, and still not identified as United States of American citizens. And so around the world, we're treated differently. So I chose Panama based on those experiences, and good and bad. I chose Panama because of being military benefits, health care as I get older, cost of living, can live comfortably off of my retirement. And I chose Panama for those reasons. But then those reasons changed once I hit the ground. I started seeing the poverty level and the income levels, the low income levels of people living in Panama. And it wasn't exciting. It wasn't depressing. It was like, what can I do? I had a different mindset. How can I help? And then I went into that mode. And then that's kind of where the creation of becoming a business owner and paying into the tax system and helping people with their retirement, Social Security, and just understanding what can I do. So
Right.
that's kind of what led me to choose Panama, because I feel that I can fit in to the community more so than any other country.
And what would you say to some of those individuals that are just saying, hey, I've been working for 30, 40 years. I just want to retire uh, and then figure it all out.
I would tell them that this is an opportunity to come here and be your best you, even in your older age, and be comfortable and enjoy life. Still have the ability to go out and enjoy life amongst people like yourselves. Communicate with people on your level, because they're all mostly retired and they're all going through the same thing mentally, physically, health wise. They're going all in the same boat together, and they've all survived the Holocaust, I'll call it that, of the United States, with no recognition of, not a negative standpoint. That is a testimony, because the people of other races that have those similar experiences, those are their testimony that they did survive a horrendous situation, and their families survived, and they're survivors of horrendous situations. But look how we turned out.
Exactly. Right. And you don't have to be a certain race to actually feel what a lot of Afro Americans have felt. If you're a woman and you had to climb that corporate ladder, you know what you went through in order to accomplish that. But it's like 10x when it comes to being Afro, especially in the States. So it's definitely a place where you can decompress, uh, learn how to relax. I mean, there's a transition you'll go through, excuse me, just due to being in a different environment where you're not being watched every moment around every corner or going into the stores and stuff like that. So uh, it's something that you have to acclimate yourself to, and getting with others that have already relocated can definitely help you do that. So, what do you say to those men that they're looking to retire? They want to relax, but they want to do something. They still want to be active. Maybe they want to see if they can get into something entrepreneurial, or just trying to figure out where can they go, or do something to keep themselves active, business wise, or even just maybe being in the background but still utilizing some of their skills traits that they have.
Well, I would say to them, you've gained a lot of knowledge, experience, education that can contribute to the Panama community. You got to figure out how you can actually use that and go into the community and volunteer. We've had people last year volunteer to go into the school system to help the teachers out, 2 days a week. But there was five of them, so they took a round robin approach. One person would go in and do 1 day a week or 2 days a week, and the other person would do the same. So there's so many different opportunities that can assist in education, that can assist if you're an engineer, if you're an electrical engineer, come and get involved with the code of international code of electricity and USA code of electricity, because you still have some appliances that are 220 and need to be 110. So come and get involved with that, ground fault breaker systems, showing them how to hook that up through the panels. There's a lot of things that you can do from a mechanical standpoint if you're an engineer, if you're a CPA, if you're an attorney. There's so many, and a doctor, a nurse. Don't let it go to waste. Those things are needed, especially in a country like Panama, especially when people in Panama, if they don't have insurance, they have to pay out of pocket, meaning that they don't work. And that means they have no insurance unless somebody they're married to pays into Social Security so they can have insurance. So there's so many different things that they can do to stay active here. And sometimes it's best to have a partner. A lot of people are coming here single. And that's one thing we'll get into a little bit more. They're coming here single, so they don't have family support. They don't have anything. So that's why it's very good for them to get involved into a positive community environment to where that they can come out and release some stress. I don't care if it's playing a game of spades, be it whiz or domino. Come and release that stress. Come and get in somebody's face and talk trash and be smiling with them. So they got to be able to stay alive. And that's what Panama gives them the opportunity to do, is be in better shape by walking, in neighborhoods that you are very comfortable in, because where we live at is very comfortable. It's very safe. So I think that I would recommend that they come down here with a different mindset. Don't come down here with a retired mindset, but come down here and say, I'm retired, but I still want to be involved. I still want to support whatever I can and whenever I can.
Right. And they one of the good things I love about just getting out and walking and exercising is Central Costera on Sundays, man. They close that whole street off all the way down through the Amador Causeway there, that you can just bike and cycle or walk. And that atmosphere is like no other. If anyone's never went down there on a Sunday morning all the way until middle afternoon, I mean, it's great that you can just walk through. I mean, everyone's out, and it's such a good vibe. I mean, it promotes you wanting to get out and just get some exercise, cycle, and do things. But there's so much there to offer, from the museums, multiple different museums, from the Bio Museum to the ones down in Costco that talks about the heritage that you can, get acquainted with. I mean, you go through that Bio Museum. It took us about a couple of hours to go through there, reading all the different exhibits. Very educational. I definitely recommend it. I know a few people that have lived there for years and have not even been in there. So, I mean, I was telling my old lady, like, man, shoot, I had to sit down a minute, man, just take a rest, because it was I was standing on my dogs reading all this. I'm like, man. So, and I was doing some Cliff Note reading after a while, because it's like, woo, man, this is intense. And so, and that was done in 2 hours. So if you really take your time, you're looking probably at a 3-hour tour right there through that. But it's very educational, and so much to be done, from food to, I mean, you name it. So like you said, if you just tap into some of your skill sets, there's always something there to be done. I mean, people never think about volunteering. Why is that? I just don't get that. I mean, I've been part of Rotary for many years, volunteering my time. Volunteering is the best way to help individuals in whatever field with your knowledge.
See, just like the fraternity brothers come here, the Omega brothers, the Kappa brothers, they come here in a group. It doesn't take a group to volunteer. You can individually volunteer and make a consistent impact that will, it's life changing. You're sowing seeds that will continue to grow. So individually, if we just kind of said, let me do one good thing per week and be consistent with it at one organization, at one school, they're not going to turn you down, because they don't have to go to the superintendent of the education department in order for you to volunteer. You can go straight to the principal and say, I'm a English speaker and I know Spanish and I can come and contribute. I don't speak Spanish, but I would like to help and assist the current teachers in the classroom. All they have to do is tell me. We can translate back and forth. I can still assist them as to where they don't have to have all eyes on 50 students in one classroom.
Right.
In one classroom.
Right.
Okay, so there's a lot that can be done from that standpoint. But again, work with a contractor that is they're doing renovations and what have you, and then you can go in and assist in that way and say, man, I like this. I like contributing, and then I can show them a different way, and then they're like, oh wow, it's a different outcome. It's the same outcome, but more safety involved in doing that. So man, I've run into situations they're using speaker wires to conduct electrical current. You got lights running off of speaker wires down here. I'm like, oh Lord, I'm looking for a speaker. But these are the things that I'm talking about.
Right.
Being that I've been in situations to be in remote areas and dealing with 220 current and generator power and all the other things that I've have experience doing. When I come here, man, I'm comfortable. I'm like, man, I'm in their element, but I'm comfortable in that element because of my experiences.
Right.
So when you come here and you actually put all your experience aside, your comfortability may not be as good because you're not yourself.
Right.
You shouldn't have to dummy down yourself thinking that, oh, I don't speak Spanish. Matter of fact, that pumps me up. I'm gonna even be more excited about coming in here doing something that we're in totally different worlds and totally different experiences, but I'm mixing mine in with theirs, and then they see the outcome is very good. It's very good. That's why I told you earlier in the podcast, being a role model is something that we all are if you choose to be. But if you just want to be in the background, you want to sit on the couch with your remote, you can do that too. I'm happy for you. But, come and get involved and
Right.
stop following clicks. You don't need a click to actually live a good life.
Right. Right.
Stop that.
Say that again. Just slow it down.
Stop following clicks. Stop following those clicks.
As my girl said, TLC, don't go chasing waterfalls. Don't go chasing clicks.
There you go. Don't do that. Get involved. You're gonna find some magnificent people coming here. Yeah. The women that I'm interacting with, man, they are strong, black, and beautiful. Unfortunately, in the Panamanian women, they are strong, black, and beautiful. And I'm saying that they're melanated. They have come in different shades of blackness. They come in different shades of being human beings. Because when we have a mixed culture here too. We have mixed couples coming here together, and they're loving the atmosphere that they're included, not excluded, because of who they chose to love and who they chose to make a life with. So we have all of those dynamics here, and everybody is welcome to come and join in. It's just that you exclude yourself because of what you're used to.
And that's probably because what they're looking at right now, which this is what you see. We're talking, and all of a sudden you assume that there's no other races that come down to the spot or hang out.
Right. That's a wrong assumption. That's a wrong assumption.
Come on now, Boogie.
Yeah, there you go. There you go.
You guys are want to be snapperheads and claim that it's only a black establishment. Come on now. You must haven't seen you haven't seen my personal wall, because you would know my esposa is not my shade.
Right, exactly. Or my esposa don't speak English, speak Spanish. So how did that happen?
Yeah, so that you those ones you keyboard warriors, as some people call them out there, the butlers. You go ahead and keep on clicking and do your thing, but don't come stepping claiming that there's only we cater to one nationality, because we've never have, and not my 58 years being on this earth. Everyone's welcomed in our household. So
and my mom Lucille, she don't care what shade of color you are. She look at you as a human being. But when you step out of line, she gonna deal with you. I don't care who you are. Color had nothing to do with it. It was your attitude that got her to the point where she got to get you right. She opened up a can on you, and you're gonna wish you had kept your mouth shut. So this is kind of where we come from. We weren't brought up to be racist. We weren't brought up to be prejudiced. We were brought up to be human beings and be the best that we can be. That's how we were brought up. And we had to be 10 times better in order to level the playing field. And then the playing field moves and gets unleveled again. Every time you reach a plateau, they change the rules. So we've been brought up in that kind of society. Now, I'm gonna say this now, and I normally want to stay positive, but someone came to my Panama, whatever his name is, came to my personal Facebook page and attacked me as if I was a racist, because when I do the one stops, well, all is welcome. Unfortunately, when people come into a one stop and they see only people of color, it's not because we only open to people of color. It's that you chose to come to that briefing, and you chose that and decided that atmosphere was uncomfortable, made you uncomfortable. And then you tell me that you are Charlie Kirk influencer, and you were influenced by him, and you are a retired United States Air Force member that achieved the highest grade in that particular enlisted rank. And then you come here and tell us that you are a racist and you support those views. And so I say to you, you're not welcome, because we love human beings, not because of race, not because of ideology. We love human beings. But when you come with that attitude, don't think for 1 minute that we are going to be kind when you show me your face. It's not about that. We didn't come to Panama for that. We left a country because of that. And then you bring that to Panama, you will suffer those consequences if you continue with that attitude. You will suffer that, because you're going to put yourself in a corner, and I'm going to out you every chance I get to let people know who you are. And when you slide into their chat groups and platforms, they know that you're there as a spy to see what we talk about, how we feel, so that it feeds your fester of hatred toward a culture of people that you don't know. And you served in the military. You are a shame. You are disgusting. And I'll call you out just for who you are and what you represent. And anybody that's following you, that's what they represent. So that's not something you do. Don't ever attack me on my personal platform and say that D23 serves good food, but the atmosphere is not good for white people. No, racist white people, because you wouldn't be there anyway. But you came, you saw, you went. And now you want to come out here and talk about it. Am I happy about it? No. But does that affect my day or my sleep? No, it doesn't. Because I can still deal with you. No matter what you say, no matter what you do. Don't think that my kindness is weakness for any reason, because I'm not.
Right.
That's my expat service announcement to you personally.
Right. It's amazing that someone can come down to a dark country with that kind of mindset, but there are some that have those views and bring them down to a country that people just say it's not welcomed. It's not welcomed at all. So,
Yeah.
Guys, like we say, it's about positive vibes, but oftentimes this always rears its ugly head. People like that want to come out there. So I just
it's disappointing that he would come to a social media platform, a personal platform, and out his view in front of my followers, people that follow me and know me.
Right.
That is not for you to do. If you got a problem with me, come to me. And he has addressed me with that. And I told him, I welcomed you. But just because an expat come in here and make a comment of something that made you uncomfortable, that was their view. Don't put it as if it was the view of the person hosting something that's beneficial for all expats, whether you choose to come or not. It's for all expats. So that's basically where he went. And I just happened, you do it in public, I will do it in public. If you did it in private, it'd have been a different situation. That's what we learn in the military. If you want to talk to somebody, one-on-one. One-on-one.
You want to call down the thunder, you're going to get it. So
exactly.
As you always do, they take your well-spoken, well-mannered self as weakness, but man, we can flip the script real quick. So don't get it twisted. Just so
and
you know.
That's what I want to cover too. That on the more positive things.
All right.
Man, I'm so excited when I meet new people that's here in Panama, because they're bringing something to Panama and they don't realize how valuable of a decision that they made to come here, and from all walks, from good to bad. some people are dealing with some mental issues. Some people are dealing with PTSD. Some people are dealing with some things that we have no way of knowing what their history is, and they survived and they're here not to talk about it, but it's still inside of them. Some people need therapy now. They need to be talking to someone, a professional, to
Right.
help them with anxieties and different things. I've met all different walks of people, and they're scared to come out. They're sitting in their apartments because they're still dealing with something that affected their whole vibe, their whole livelihood. And that's something that I tell everyone, be careful how we treat one another, because we
Right.
don't
Don't
know
know. You don't
people's
know.
issues, and they're trying to deal with it. We don't know what we can say that will set them back. That's not what we're here to do. We're here to support. So people are going through some hellacious experiences that they have never gotten over. And then we come here and we can open up an old wound that they thought was closed by our attitudes, our treatment, our insensitivity toward what we don't know. That's what we are looking at right now. We have been through a lot. And especially my women, they have been through a lot, suffered a lot, but they're still here. Some people have lost their child, to murder. They've lost their child, just left disappointed one day and never saw them again for life, and then find out they're dead later. We're dealing with a lot of different people that have lost a lot in their life, and it's never going to be over. It's right there on the tip of their mind, and somebody can trigger that. And I'm telling people, be careful how you treat each other. Be careful in how you are not there to help them, because still
Yeah.
suicide is a deadly thing that people are going through, that in their mind mentally. So don't invoke anyone to go back to those thoughts, go back to
Right.
those dark moments. And that's why I'm glad that we are trying to build a community. We are not trying, we are building a community of support. But if a person needs personal assistance, that's what we're here for. If they need professional assistance, that's what we're here for, to just brighten their day and to help them to cope with whatever they're going through, good or bad. Share your good things. Don't share your bad things, because people use it against you. But share the good things that's happening to you and your decision to be in Panama. But also let people know without knowing, there's some bad things here too. Don't get it
Right.
twisted. Every place has its bad things, but don't let it affect you, because it's not affecting you. You're not the target of those bad things unless you make yourself the target.
Right. Right. Speaking about sharing some good things, how about you share with some of the viewers what's going on with you and D23?
Yeah, D23, I love the fact that it's becoming a hub, a focal point for all expat to come to and experience. Uh, but we're getting more, we're having more success. And so it was very hard to walk away from a huge investment of D23 and El Cangrejo. So we have recently relocated and in the process of relocating and reopening D23 in the Multi Central Mall here on Avenue Balboa. And I'm hoping that we'll be open by game night on our Wednesday night game night next. Welcome Expat. I'm hoping that we'll be able to pull that off, but we're running through a little hiccups with the fire department and getting some gas turned on. But that's the only hiccup right now. But I'm sure we can get that resolved. But yes, it's a huge opportunity for us to get bigger, better, and open up our doors to the two people from different countries that come to Panama just for vacation. The people in Panama, the community of Panama, will be more welcome, because we have a huge outside terrace, about 40 yards, two big screen TVs and other TVs that's going to be supported here in the community, so they can come and watch their sports. National football here in football in Panama,
Football.
football, as well as UFC fighting and the Super Bowl and our NFL, our NBA games. They'll be here, be very comfortable. and still be able to be outside, even if it's raining. They can be outside since people like to be outside on rooftops and what have you. Well, we're ground top. We on the ground, and we still doing our thing here. But
Right.
I think people are going to be excited. The Multi Central Mall is here. It's Hard Rock Cafe. Megapolis Hotel is connected to the Multi Central Outlet Mall. And it's right here on the front at the main bus stop on Avenida Balboa is the new location for the reopening of D23.
Right on. So, guys, that address will be located in the descriptions for you guys to look at, or I may even have it right up above us also. So, take a look at that, put it in your Google Maps, and head down and check out the new location. A lot more space, especially for some of those that think that the other place is too small. Well, what's going on now? He's like the Jeffersons. He's moving on up.
You got to start small. Coming to a country like Panama, I don't know their business setup. I had to learn it. I had to learn a lot of things in order to be in business in Panama, and I wasn't afraid of it. I've been through a lot of things, business and government wise, and I know, hey, keep your nose clean, be an asset, not a liability, and things will go well. And I think coming over here, it gives the opportunity for things to get a lot better.
Excellent. Look forward to seeing the new spot, having going on, and any big plans for any grand opening or any soft opening that you have planned?
I probably won't be the very day we open, but we'll probably follow up with the next week with a grand opening on our game night, Expat game night. That's basically what I would like to work toward. It's a lot happening. It's not easy moving personally, so it's not easy moving from a business.
Not moving a business. Yeah, trying to move a business. Yeah.
I was up to 1:30 last night.
People ain't showing up. Where are all your helpers at?
Yeah, there you go. I got stopped at 1:30 in the morning last night. It was the end of my night last night, moving everything over. Still have some other things to do, but the police checkpoints were out. Got stopped 3 different times. And my stepson, they did a breathalyzer on him last night again. So that's a safety mechanism. They're trying to make sure if you ain't no good, if you driving dirty in the streets of Panama and you're doing it at night, trust me,
Right.
You're going to get stopped.
I know it's something about some kind of stigma about people wanting to just Uber home if you've been drinking. It's so easy that they rarely do it in the States, but down there's definitely no reason for you to leave the car parked, man. Take an Uber, be safe.
That's it. And that's what your battle buddy's for. If you got a good friend and you can go out with, they're gonna make sure, hey, I'm your battle buddy, and I'm your wingman tonight.
Yeah.
A woman.
That's it.
Yeah. So and we have a lot of women that go out by themselves too now, and that's very comfortable feeling to know that they can go out alone and still not feel threatened and still feel safe and what have you. That's what Panama offers.
Right.
That's what it offers.
Right.
It's
so much. Just take a little by little, poco y poco, and blend in, and it'll all be all good. So
yeah. But there's a lot more to say. But we really only got 30 minutes.
Yeah.
But we can talk a mile in 30 minutes, but we need 5 more miles.
Right. Yeah.
Well, we'll catch back up on the next episode. And thank you guys for tuning in to another Panama Crosstalk. I'm Eric.
I'm
and that is Jeffrey. So we see you guys on the flip side. Take care. Peace and love.
All right. Peace out.